Hello, folks. There's 0 people here, so I won't pretend there's more. Just a young kid in a drop top Lexus, hoping that I don't get arrested. Nobody's here, huh? Hey, it's Friday, baby. That's right. Hey, AJ. Hi, Sky. Hey, yo. Julius, good to see you. Hey. Cassavo. Where is that? Let's find out. Wow. That's a weird window thing. Cassavo. I put my screen resolution really low for this stream, and I think I regret it. Wow. Crazy. Is that where you live? Crazy. Looks like a beautiful place. Sheesh. That's very cool. Very cool. Brazil in the house. Awesome. That is also kind of crazy. I mean, that's a far away place. It's crazy because I think, like, are we in the same time zone? Or is that like Argentina that is in the same time zone? But it can't be that far off, right? Which is just wild. Portugal, nice. Hey, everybody. Yeah, beautiful. Germany, cool. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Yeah, I don't know. It's still cool to me that the internet connects all these people from different places, and not only just randomly, but with shared interests. It's just crazy. GMT3 here, 11:04. Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. You're 1 over. Nigeria. Cool. How's the tech scene in Nigeria is pretty up and coming, right? That's at least my impression of Nigeria. My brother and his wife just went to Rwanda for a couple weeks, and I had no idea how beautiful. I mean, I guess I knew Rwanda was beautiful. I guess I didn't know how thriving its city was. But yeah. But I've never been to Nigeria, and neither has my family. Trinidad. Cool. That's crazy. Sometime in my lifetime, I think it would be really cool. Nice. Wow. That's got to be freaking beautiful weather there. When am I releasing new screencasts? Well, I'm working on getting ready to screencast every day, but I keep just fixing Livewire stuff. But I every day I have a goal of, I've been drafting screencast content, but I haven't actually hit record yet. So I need to do that. Yeah, the last time we streamed, for those of you who were on it a week or 2 ago or something, I think it was 2 weeks ago, Philo in the house. Hey, buddy. I have not been to Brazil, unfortunately. I would love to go to Brazil. But I've been traveling for the past while, 2 weeks, so I haven't done anything, basically. I've been just in other places. Yeah. So, anyway, what was I saying? Oh, I think it would be really fun sometime in my lifetime to do a world tour of just, I mean, just the people on of this 19 people on this live stream right now. I bet a few of you would put me up in your house for a few days, right? And how cool is that if I just put out on Twitter hey, I'm just going to travel the world. Where do you live? Can you house me for a couple days? Yeah, just to I don't know, I could visit everywhere, because there's just Laravel, Livewire folks all over the world. And I think that would be a cool way to see the world through the lens of like my people, like Laravel folks, Yeah, I do actually have an Italian background. My grandpa is first generation. I think he was born in the U.S., but his dad was born in Calabria. Oops, I don't even know how to spell it. Calabria, Italy. So yeah, this is where my family is from Calabria. And I probably starred the exact place that I don't know if anybody's Italian here, but my family has like a resort there. And I don't know if their last name is Porzio or whatever, but my family that stayed in Italy has some like resort or something, which is pretty cool. And the house that my great grandparents built with like cobblestone is still there, which is pretty sweet. Yeah, I know. Georgia, very exotic. I actually need to visit Jason Beggs. That is definitely something. You know what, Jason Beggs? I should come visit you because Southwest has, but it doesn't have any directs to Atlanta. But Southwest, Jason, where are you again? You're like, where is Jason? Jason is somewhere around here. I forget the name of the place. But anyway, Southwest has flights 50% off till like tomorrow or something, like a ton of them. So, Flavio, wow. Is that how you say your name, Flavio? But yeah, you're an actual Italian. I'm like an American Italian. That's really cool. But yeah, Italy, and cool that you're on the stream, man. That's really cool. I love you're one of my favorite follows on Twitter for just like JavaScript and tech in general tidbits. Yeah, I need to come to Georgia. Hartwell, Georgia is where Jason Beggs lives. And that is, do you live right next to the Walmart Supercenter, Jason Beggs? So this is where Jason Beggs lives, and the Savannah River. Yeah, and I definitely need to make my way there, but I bet flying into Hartwell is not like the easiest thing. But I've thought of that like many a time. When am I going to non-restrict Livewire 2 screencasts? Well, if I do that, so that's how I make money, and I'm making less and less money, and I currently have less money than I've had in a long time, and I'm trying to make money again. So I'm not going to unrestrict them while I don't have money, which is right now. So once I get new screencasts going, and once I just get new revenue going for myself, then I'll consider something like that, but not right now, unfortunately. But if you're from a place where your money doesn't go nearly as far as the US dollar, just send me an email. Send an email to support at LaravelLivewire.com. Is that it, Jason Beggs? Jason's the one who would get that email. But send an email to support at whatever, if you're from whatever. We get a lot of people from like the Middle East and India that, the dollar just doesn't go as far, and we can give you a discount. If you want to visit the flat, Oklahoma, yeah, you have cows. I have never been to Oklahoma. I've just never been. I never had a reason to, but Oklahoma City, there it is. Wiretap, yeah, I thought about that the other day, but I have too many things to do before Wiretap. But the gist is, after I again start making money, then I can, do something like Wiretap. But Laracon India 2024, I would love that so much, but I think with my family and little babies and stuff, like I don't think it's in the cards for me until my family's a little older, honestly. My wife would probably love to travel to India, but I think the only way it would work is if we had like fancy lay down seats for those really long flights, if we have little like kids on our laps and stuff. So I don't know. I would love to, but it's I'm just being real that it's okay. Udaipur, is that the place? Okay, so this is where Laracon India is. Cool. Look at that. Very cool. Oh, beautiful. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Would love to go to India someday. I had Indian food yesterday. Love the food. Love the people. I have a few Indian friends. Um, so, yeah. There's no airport in Hartwell. Yeah. Oh, wow. How long of a drive is Atlanta to Hartwell? Atlanta directions to Hartwell. That's not bad. It's not that bad. I mean, it is kind of bad for you that you would have to drive 2 freaking hours alone. The drive home would be great because, we'd just be hanging, and then you'd have to drive 2 hours there and back again, drop me off. I guess I could take a bus or something. Yes, I am a GeoGuessr. We're not programming today. We're just looking at Google Maps. That's what we're going to do. Livewire 3 docs aren't completed yet. No, they are not. Still working on basically everything I've ever said I'm working on, but all scatterbrained at once. Adrian, how's it going? Okay, before we get off Google Maps, I'm taking a trip up here in the next few weeks that I'm planning that I'm excited about because I live here and nobody ever travels. The only place I've ever gone in Canada basically is Toronto. That's the farthest. And it's a 2-hour drive away and I never go, and it's a huge city. Basically, I mostly just go to IKEA here in Hamilton, but I travel all of everywhere in the U.S. and never Canada. So we're just like, let's just drive north into Canada. So this place is this is a 5-hour drive away, which is nothing. This place called Tobermory, which is just like freaking beautiful. And there's islands and caves and all sorts of like stuff that's just, I wouldn't think that would be in Canada. So got an Airbnb right here for a couple days. And then also we're going to do a bunch of fishing. So I got all the trout streams all lined up. And then we're going to stay here for a few days. There's just this like really cool, not the golf course, really cool ski resort with like, it's kind of like a mini Vale just in Canada. Canada's got a lot of stuff that I've just never explored ever. So yeah, Canada. This has been Caleb showing you the maps. And like, it is crazy. A 9-hour drive. Like if I wanted to drive crazy north into Canada, like this place, I think it's only like a 10-hour drive, which is nuts. Like, I guess it makes sense because I drive from here to here like twice a year, but I don't know. I could go to some insane remote places where only like Inuit tribes live within 10 hours, which is just nuts. Canada's a crazy place. All right, I'm going to search one more here because Rashtradeep, if I pronounced that right, wants us to look at his home. And this is where he lives. But it doesn't show us. Oh, is it because it's on directions mode or something? Where's the pictures? But that's cool. Wow, northern India. Close to Nepal. Wow. Very cool. Only a 10-hour drive. I know the Europeans don't drive nearly like we do, but here in the U.S., we're slinging 6-7 hour drives all the time. Ian Simmons is from Hartwell. As long as Jason Pex, you should get together and hang out. Albania, yeah, I need to travel like internationally way more than I do. Yeah, I've been to the Caribbean and I love it. I need to go back. 5 hours is like 3 countries. That's crazy. I'd take a plane for that trip. Yeah. Livewire properties, I would say Camel Case. Yep. Just following like PSR or whatever, PHP Laravel conventions. Punta Cana or Cana, I have not been, but I definitely know a bunch of my friends go there every few years. But yeah, I need to check out all that. Yeah, right. Australia is similar. Like you just drive like insane amounts, which is, once you do a lot of it, it's not, something like 4 or 5 hours. It doesn't seem that bad. Amsterdam, I know I got invited to Laracon EU and I'm not going to make it because that is the day. Those are actually like the dates that we go down to Florida, and we've booked many Airbnbs. Like we're staying in Orlando, then we're staying in Tampa, then we're staying somewhere here. So it always conflicts with Laracon EU, which is a bummer. So I can't really see myself making an EU in a long time. But I do definitely want to get out to Amsterdam. Pakistan, northern areas. Yeah, Pakistan, that'd be cool. Christoph, welcome. We're just looking at Google Maps, Christoph. We haven't done anything Livewire related at all. Yeah, isn't that crazy, Jason? It is crazy. Like, I don't think there's another Laravel dev in Buffalo. I'm lying because at Laracon I met some random person, some really nice person who lives like 5 minutes from my house and was at Laracon, which is crazy. All right, we got more Google Maps to check off. Is this where Christoph lives? Christoph lives in Austria, right? Oh, yeah. Okay, so this is where Christoph lives. Let's take a look. Very beautiful. Yeah, crazy. Like, how old is this building that I'm looking at? That's got to be freaking like, it's like 700 years old or more. Is that like stuff around you is that old, right? Like 1,000-year-old type stuff. Yeah, which is crazy. That's very cool. This looks very Austrian. So is this like the old spot in town or whatever that's been there forever? Oh, funny, Jason. Yeah, can't take a bus. Good morning, Laravel Online. Yeah, let me get your guys' opinions on Hacktoberfest. Oh, yeah. Let's talk Hacktoberfest. Gasometer 100. Check out Gasometer 100 miles from me. Pretty old, no idea, but it's one of the main Musketeers movies. Oh, cool. That's very cool, Christoph, to get a little window into like your town. Yep, super cool. All right, let's look at Adrian is from Gasometer. Oh yeah, you're also from Austria. Duh. So this is where Adrian lives. Little mini coliseums. Crazy building. Wow. That's weird. What the heck? That is crazy. Wow, really cool architecture, huh? Yeah. I would like to go to Vienna. Looks beautiful. Bring me to Vienna. / Nice. Okay. Very cool. Did somebody ask something that I need? St. Gallen, Switzerland. I just can't resist. St. Gallen, Switzerland. Man, you guys are from some pretty cool places. Like, look at this. Oh, that's unreal. Totally unreal. Wow. Switzerland. Man, how's the fishing in all these places? Because that's what we all want to know. You know? Because if I travel somewhere, there's got to be good fishing. Otherwise, like, why would you even go? All right. So let's do a Laravel thing or a Livewire thing. I have here Laravel news pulled up locally. I don't like have full, total, explicit permission to like show you this yet. I have informal permission. But clearly it's broken anyway. So if I can't get this up and running quickly, then I guess we'll abandon it. But there's a few. So Laravel News is going to be using Livewire. And so I have a local version of the new Laravel News. And we want to get it. There's a few bugs that need to be worked out. So I figured this would be a fun thing to do on stream because, I don't know, Laravel News is like a fun thing. Jason says run the migrations. Jason's going to be our guide here. It's going to give me some conflict. Oh, what do I want to do? All right, pull down the changes. Git stash pop. And git checkout. Let's do hours. Composer dot lock. And then I don't know. I just don't want to like make a commit and then, all right. So hopefully this is fine. And let's see if it works. Doesn't work, but we got to run artisan migrate. So there's new migrations. And now we have that table. Call to member function update on null. Okay, because we need to like seed the database, right? All right, how are we gonna? Hey, Laravel News in the house. Welcome to the stream, Mr. Eric Barnes. Great to have you. Nashville in the house. That's crazy cool. We were just in Nashville. I'm guessing you were maybe as well, like at Laracon. Nashville's cool. Love it there. Had a ton of freaking fun. It was a great time. North Carolina. Nice. All right. Import seed.sql from database dir. I think that it's up to date. So you're saying like just trash my database and do that. Okay. So let's do this. If I open DB engine, because that's what everybody's using these days, which I guess is a table plus thing. So DB engine, if I click on this, cool, it opens table plus. And then I'm in, this is the database I want to be in, and I'm supposed to import from SQL dump, and we're looking into seed.sql. And then we do that. Okay. And now, so we already imported, but I still run migrate. Can do. Nothing to migrate. James, what is an SPA for filament? What do you mean by that? Oh, better touch tool. I don't know why you decided to pop up. Refresh. And, oh, we still don't have, do I need to run a seeder? I did import the database stuff. And, oh, I did it in the wrong database. Laravel News 2024. Okay, let's do that. Or DB, oh my gosh. I have this stupid resolution that's so low that I can't do anything. Table plus, let's find Laravel News 2024 and let's import from SQL dump, import seed.sql, yoink, and then refresh. And I'm supposed to call migrate, so let's do that. Okay, add last shown. And yeah, we still don't have that add in the data. Unknown column. Column not found. Homepage title. Home page title. So this is in this migration, which create text adds table plus. Let's look. What table is this? Text. Is this not okay for me to look at this database live, Eric? I don't want to do something I'm not supposed to. Okay, I ran migrate. Clear your cache, maybe. Add a homepage title text column to your text. Just add it manually. All right, well, let's do it. Hopefully this is fine. Structure. So I don't actually ever do this. So this is like my first time adding a column. And we want it called homepage title. And we want it to be a text field. Okay, and then save that. And now refresh the page, and maybe we get past it. And now we don't have that add in the database. Eric. Okay, Eric pushed a new seed.sql file. Does that have an add in it? Because I'm supposed to, where not null. Order by. There's supposed to be ads in here, and I don't think I have. Okay, pull again and re-import. We're doing it. We're doing it live. Okay. Pull. All right. And then table plus, import from SQL dump. Oh, did I do something wrong? No. What did I do wrong? Okay. Let's import from SQL dump. I must have hit from CSV. Import. It has an add in new one. Okay, cool. Yeah, sorry, Eric Barnes, that I am making you live support, but you're doing great. You're doing great. Okay, this is Laravel News. Beautiful. Okay. Mostly Laravel News. Few kinks. And great. All right, so now we need to find some bugs. I wonder if there's something I'm doing wrong with these assets. It's probably like Vite or something, right? If I do this, bet everything's gonna be fixed, maybe. Oh, some dependencies couldn't be resolved. Let's try that. Okay. All right, well, it works, so. Okay. App optimize images equals false. Copy that. All right, great. That's it. Nice. All right, so that you're sending it through some kind of image optimizer endpoint that we're bypassing now, and it works. Jason, do not give me attitude on the stream. It does matter, and you know it. Jason begs, what's wrong with the app? Okay, I remember Jason told me a couple things. He said if we go to a new page, it doesn't scroll to the top. Oh, so that didn't even use Wire Navigate. Okay, so what's up with that? I guess we look at some things. Let's look at these console errors. No, that doesn't matter. We don't have Wire Navigate. Is that supposed to? Hey, Joey Ferrugio. Don't know, but I know you, and it's good to see you. John Carter. Goodbye to Statamic. Oh, I didn't know Laravel News was on Statamic. Eric, what did you do? Why did you take Wire Navigate off? Okay, so let's add it back, I guess. We got to find this in the templates, so this is how we're going to do it, and hopefully they kept the entire Tailwind list intact. No. All right, what about like this? That looks about right? Okay, so that's in a component called link. So let's look for xlink and then find a page that has article card. That seems like it would do it, right? Okay, no navigate. If it's a text ad, then we don't want Wire Navigate. If it's an image ad, false. So let's just delete this for a second and see. Logan Craft, how's it going? All right. Let's just see if Wire Navigate is anywhere on this page. So there are Wire Navigates up in the navigation. Okay. But where else? Links? No. Take me to some. Okay, so this has Wire Navigate. Those big ones do. And these small ones do now. I think because I did that change. So let's see. Isn't that annoying? Like, it must be lazily loaded, right? Because I should be able to highlight something in the DOM and then refresh and keep it highlighted, you know? This is the new LaravelNews.com. That's right. All right. So let me just verify that that is the problem. So this no navigate. Let's get back to it. Let's look at the source for this bit, and it is gone. So that did it. I don't know why, but that's not my deal. We're just going to always make it navigate. Whoops. We're just going to always make it navigate for the purposes of this stream. Okay. Back to business. I'm viewing a page right here. If I click this, it does scroll to the top. So Jason Beggs, that worked. Oh, wait. Okay. Yes. And it's using Wire Navigate. Let's just verify that it's using Wire Navigate. So I look up here, and if I don't see the refresh thing, I know it's using Wire Navigate. Okay. So it is working, and the scroll is fine. So Jason Beggs, hit me with another bug, sir, please. Florian, I think I have a formal approval now because Laravel News, aka Eric Barnes, is on this stream, so I think we're good now. Go to package, then use the next link. Okay, packages. Oh, so maybe it's a pagination situation here. We're in packages, and now we want to use next. Oh, is it going to scroll to the top? No, it doesn't. Oh, do you want it to scroll to the top? Is what you're saying. Ah. Right. Okay. So this is not a bug per se, but let's talk about it. Pagination, I guess by default in Laravel, scrolls you to the top because they're full navigates, you know? Let's see what Laravel News does live right now. Okay, so it like smooth scrolls you to the top. And I wonder if you had to program that in specifically. Is there any scenario? Oh, you think it's a bug, Jason? So is that, I mean, listen, I hear you. I just want to make sure, Cobra, I love you too. I just want to make sure that I don't assume something should be default that shouldn't be. Like, and what is scroll to the top, you know? Like, you want it to scroll to the top of the paginated container. You know, because pagination isn't necessarily navigation. It's like a UI feature inside of something. So if you had 3 tables on a page, the third one was they're all paginated. You click next on the third paginated thing, and then it scrolls you to the top of the page. You're going to be like, what's up with that? Right? Like you kind of want more control over where it scrolls, right? Okay, we have polls. That's what we have polls for. We poll. Should pagination scroll to top? All right, polls out. Polls out, folks. Let the games begin. Should to the top of the parent container. Here at Livewire, this is probably easier. Shane, beautiful. Love to see it. Love to see it, Shane Rosenthal. Shane Rosenthal, everybody. Hope that's how you pronounce your name. That goes without saying for everybody I ever pronounce ever. Okay. Results are coming in. Oh, and they're being tilted towards it should scroll to the top. Very interesting. I guess there's no scenario where you want it to not scroll at all, right? Like that is there an example? Okay, if you can think of an example of something paginated, give me other examples on the internet that we can go and visit and check out their pagination and see how they do it. I would totally open Stripe right now if I wouldn't be giving away, you know, all that sensitive information. I guess like pagination in Livewire has always been something without scroll for its entire existence. So the parent container, that's just let it load the page like it's 2004 again. I hear you, Chris Fidel. I do. By the way, I don't think I formally said hello to you today, Chris Fidel. So, hello, buddy. Netflix. Yeah. Netflix wouldn't scroll to the top for sure, obviously. Their pagination is like, that's more like a carousel kind of deal. Google must do it, right? Google.com. Yo-yo. Funny. That's just what I randomly typed, and it's yo-yos. Yeah, I'm sure it's scroll. Oh, it's infinite scroll. Come on, Google. Has that changed recently? I don't remember that. Wow. All right, well, let's go to Harvard's site and see what they have to say about a yo-yo. That's pretty funny. Cool. All right. Yeah, no SPA mode for pagination. So, Chris, are you for real, man? You're saying, I mean, you can disable this if you don't use with pagination. So, I believe. Let's do it live here. Let's see. Blog show, category show, package. Where's like the packages page? So packages. What route are we on? Category. Okay, so maybe category show. Let's comment this out and let's load this. And now if I hit next, there you go. It is a full page reload to the top. So you can disable it by just commenting it out. And it's in line with user expectations. Chris is for real. Well, Chris has said it, and Jason is listening, as maybe is Eric Barnes. And you can just, if you don't want it, you can do that. Otherwise, we need to brainstorm because we need to solve this problem. Well, here, Jason, hit me up with the other problem that you said in the chat. Okay, let's end this poll. So people say it should scroll to top. Just so that I don't spend like way too much time on something. If you have like another thing we should spend more time on. But Stripe scrolls to top. Jason, great. You can do the research here. If you're in Stripe, is there any place where there's multiple paginated tables and is it scrolling to the top of the page or just the top of the table? I eagerly await your response. Horizontal logo slider, but paginated. Right. Okay, so append. It's new. Joseph says it's new. What is it new? What's new? Oh, that Google thing? Yeah, weird. I'm still catching up on chat here. Yeah. Okay. Multiple no scroll or scroll to the top of parent container. Yeah. So we do have to figure out like a more complicated story, and that is one way to do it, Adrian, is if there's multiple paginators, don't scroll. John Carter, that's what we want. Love a full page reload for pagination. Chris is really hammering this full page reload love. Someone's got to do it. True. Yeah. We can brainstorm a few different affordances for how to provide scroll behavior. UI gone. Don't know what that means. That's a lame solution. I don't know what Jason's talking about, but maybe you're talking to Chris. That's a lame. Tiny container of little feed, you might not want that to scroll. Right. If it's a tiny container, you don't want it to scroll. If the parent is bigger than the viewport, it should scroll. So, okay. Yeah. Chris and Jason, I'm going to need you guys to cool off, okay? Because I don't want to have to do crowd control on this stream, and I don't want it to get ugly. I don't want pagination to come between you two. About to have to, okay, full page refreshes are old news. Okay, so let's brainstorm a few options. Shall we? We shall. What shall we brainstorm it in? We shall just create a new file and change the language mode to Markdown. Okay. Problem. Livewire pagination. The problem is this isn't, we don't even need to put this in a bullet point. Livewire pagination doesn't scroll to top when navigating. Full page navigation, full page reload navigation, Laravel default does. Okay, that's the problem. Solutions. First solution. Let's letter these so that we can reference letters. All right. This is the year of Livewire. That's right, Jason. Literally just fix this as an app. Yes, I actually saw Ryan tweeted. You tweeted something that was like how to do this in Alpine or something, and I think I retweeted it because it's a good tip. So Ryan does have a solution, but let's think about broad solutions. Yeah, we'll just do this. Okay, solution A is make scroll to top default. Pro, the majority want it. It works for most cases. Con, bad for multiple paginators on the page. Con, bad for single paginators that are inline horizontal. That makes sense? Okay, I don't know why I keep hitting save. It's just a reflex. Oh, error messages. That's another example. Yep. Yes, it is. Hello, Maudo. Hello from Guinea. That's how I say that, at least. I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but hey. Okay. So that's one thing we can do. We can, here would be the next simplest thing to do. Add a modifier like scroll to top somewhere. I don't know where this affordance would live. We can brainstorm that in a minute. But pro, not a breaking, doesn't break current functionality. Pro, opt in out for times you want it, don't want it. Con, what's the con of this? Adds another API, which isn't really a con. I guess the con is less magic. I don't know. Or you could argue that it should be both. It should be, this should be a default, and then there should be an opt out that's like .no scroll or something. Add modifier like scroll to top. Yeah, I don't know. We'll just kind of leave it at that. Yeah. Right. Prop to link, scroll to top. Yeah, we might have to do some hijacking to get that to work, but you might be right, Jason Beggs. With no scroll pagination. That's an option. I don't love that, but it maybe I might prefer like another trait called like use with pagination and then use no scrollers. I don't know. We'll brainstorm a few options, but yeah, I agree, Ixaku. I hope that's how you pronounce your name, and thank you for the PR you sent recently. I haven't gotten to it, by the way, but the navigate thing that you sent. So yes. All right, well, let's at least explore the other solutions. This will be the magic one. And the magic one is, maybe we'll just say something magic and then list out a few options, like if the container of the paginator is bigger than the viewport, scroll to the top of it. Or another one would be like only scroll to the top if the only scroll to the top if the if there, is that the right there? If there, why can't I think of if this is the right there or not? If there are multiple paginators on a page. So this one I don't love. This one, I don't love the magic. Can we just scrap the magic? Are we in agreement? Yeah. Magic is no-go. Yes. 100%. No magic. And I don't want to just change the default and call it a day. So we're going to add some sort of... So maybe the solution is... Here's the solution. We're going to say make scroll to top the default behavior. There's really two solutions. There's solution A, B. Okay, make scroll to top opt in. So I'll show you why I might like that better. So let's say solution A, make scroll to top the default behavior, then add an API to opt out of that behavior. Okay, that's one way to do it. This way, solution B, where we make scroll to top opt in, we can add an API to scroll to both top and any other provided container. So this way, we might be able to provide the user with the ability to scroll to a specific target on a page. So let's explore some different APIs that we could do. Be like I want it. Leave magic for Harry Potter. Explicit opt-in, opt-out. All right. Just catch up here. Okay. So I'm going to pull here. Let's explore a little bit some APIs, and then we can do a poll. All right, pagination. So, with pagination, post paginate. Okay. Post links. So, yeah, I think there's two moves here. Let's do this. Let's say there's this, and then let's do this. Okay. So, there's paginate, scroll to top, maybe? You know, there's a few different things here. And I guess this kind of goes for here. There's also links. Scroll to top true. Scroll to top. Yeah. Scroll up true. I don't know. Let me make sure there's no other. I think we want one of these, right? Like we want it either chained off paginate, or we want it inside links. Okay, people are writing in some ideas. I think both, but scroll to top should be default. If there's a hash in the href attribute in the element, wire navigate, scroll to the container with an ID hash. Yeah, that's interesting. If there's a hash in the href attribute of the element, with wire navigate, scroll right. So the problem is that the user doesn't really have control over that. It's hidden inside links. You can make your own links, of course, but I think we have, let me show you Tailwind. So this is the default pagination view, I believe. We'll look at the simple one. Simple paginate, just next and previous. And there are buttons for doing the navigation. And they don't actually use wire navigate. Like, that's... Yeah. I guess there is a world where you just have it use wire navigate. But this just literally keeps a Livewire component alive. This is the same thing in V2. It's not a new V3 thing at all. The pagination feature hasn't really changed much. All right. Yeah, $ top. That's seems a little more conventional, Adrian, instead of just a magical top, you know. Anchor scrolling with the mimic the JS scrolling the API. Yeah, the problem with that, Jorge, is we're not actually using A tags anywhere with hrefs, you know, so we can't necessarily do that. What about when Livewire manually changes the page via a different... What about when Livewire manually changes the page via a different method? Not exactly sure what you mean by that, Tim. Can you explain? Scroll to body and scroll to some ID. True. That they should just put in that selector. I kind of like that, Nick, because that's very give the user all the power, simple integration, whatever. So, all right, we have a few decisions to make. What's the first decision we need to make? Do we put it here or here? Does it belong in the links? It feels like it belongs more in the links because they live in the blade view as well, right? Like, tell me if I'm right or wrong. I'll do a quick poll, and we'll do more polls in a second about this. But let's say, should it be added to links or paginate? All right, starting the poll. Yeah, links is the way, right? Yeah. Links is almost definitely the right move. So let's just do that. Let's explore implementation-wise real quick and see how hard or easy. So this will be length-aware paginator. So this is like, when you do something like this in Laravel, you get an eloquent collection. When you do this, you don't get an eloquent collection, you get a paginator that wraps that collection. So like length-aware paginator. I'm sure there's an underlying items. Yeah, so the items property is a collection. But anyway, is this macroable is my first question, because this is the thing that has links on it. Oh, extends abstract paginator, and this has got to be forwards calls to forward calls to. So on call, we forward calls to. Oh, right. I have to change the signature. This is never going to get hit. What is links? Yeah, that's kind of the issue, is I have to make this happen. Okay. This was my fear. End this poll. My fear is that it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to do. So what we need is a new signature like this or something. And render returns a view. Yeah. Abstract paginator, view factory resolver. So we could potentially, interesting. Okay, this is interesting. All right, maybe we just test out this, see if we can like hack something together quickly. Okay, Okay, Jorge says his idea would be paginate to. Yeah. Yeah, then we can customize how and where to paginate. How about a blade directive that renders the scroll position to return after the paginator has been used? Yeah, that's interesting. Adrian says, why hack? Are you saying why is it a hack? Second param has data. Oh, interesting. Hey, Adrian, my guy. Adrian. Oh, sometimes, Adrian, a lot of times you're a very smart boy because that's the answer. That is too freaking easy. It's just going to pass that data to the view, and then we can just check that data in the view and add a little bitsy. Oh, it's so simple. And that is why we have Adrian Nurnberger on here. Hope that's how you pronounce your name, Adrian. Oh, lovely. All right. Well, let's do it. Okay. Okay. Links, render, great. This will be easy now because all we need to do inside Livewire itself is mess with the, let's say the simple paginator, simple tailwind right here. Let's do this. Let's say, like this, right? And then, whoops. Oh no, I just refreshed the wrong thing. All right, so we need to get our local Livewire version running on Laravel News. So if we're in Livewire, I guess we don't necessarily, but it's going to be better if we do. Let's go to Livewire service provider itself and just like dd hey hi, and this is going to be our test for, okay, so we are using my local Livewire. So why isn't it using, let's put the span here. Maybe I'm using the wrong paginator, although I would think, let's make sure that Laravel News is using simple links. So category show, articles, links. This is the thing that we care about right here. Let's just make sure that okay, yeah, so hey works there. Articles, links, calls the length aware paginator link, and should call, let's just glance at this in the dev tools. Role, so nav role, navigation, but our span hey there isn't showing. Let's make sure that we don't need to be here. Maybe simple, maybe it's not the simple one, but I would think it is. Folks, what's going wrong? Is this maybe it's a cache thing? Let's just verify that we're on the right. We're in the simple one, right? Inline flex, item center. So we're rendering a span that's relative inline flex item center. Oh, of course this is all custom. Duh. They're using their own custom links, right? Jason's mad because I'm not reading the chat. We have custom views published. Jason, oh my gosh, your attitude on this stream is just uncalled for. Okay, Jason Beggs claims he has the answer. I don't believe him. Okay, vendor, Livewire. There she is, folks. Simple Tailwind. Yep. Okay. Jason Beggs, if you didn't give me attitude, I would kick you from the chat, Jason Beggs. For certain people in my life, I just like never being serious with, and Jason Beggs is probably top of that list. It's just very fun to never be serious with Jason. Okay. So, custom thingy, we need to add something. Let's make sure this is the right thing. We add hi, and hi is going to show up. We know that. All right. So let's go to the category show and decide what our API is going to be. Is it? So clearly we're kind of bound by these arrays now. Scroll. Links, scroll to body, top. Is it scroll? It's scroll to, right? Like that feels right because that's kind of like, you know, an HTML element has scroll to, you know? Oh, I switched to top chat again because I refreshed. That must be the problem that happened last time. Okay. Is it? Let's come up with some options, then do a poll. This is A. B. Yeah, I don't know. Scroll to body first equals view. Oh, I see. So we have to say data, right? Yeah. Right. So polling. What's our ideal API? What's the ideal API? A, B, C. Starting the poll. Pull it up. Pull it good. Or give me another one if you like something else better. So, yeah, B accepts both a magic as well as a CSS selector, yes. So it's just kind of like, it's honestly just more work to implement. It's like, is it worth it? Is it a dumb idea? I guess there's another world. Like, this is not a good world, but something like this. You know, if somebody felt like they need, it could be like scroll to top or something. I don't know. Just trying to think of something that is, I guess this could be like an enum, right? I don't know. But this is not my nature. But the results are coming in, folks. Okay, so people, you just want just a simple scroll to. I love it because that's the easiest to implement and to document and all that. How about it being a DTO? Yep, could be. What window manager am I using? I use a few. I have used Magnet, and this one currently is what? Probably Magnet. There's a bunch of them, and they're all fine. Better Touch Tool is another one I've used. Using a combination of both of those right now, actually. Yeah, I actually don't know. It doesn't show up on my toolbar. But I've used magnet and better touch tool. All right, I almost like the combination of scroll to top false or scroll to. Okay, so Jason's still going to be pulling. Yeah, okay, we haven't done that pull. So scroll to is actually good. Scroll to top false or scroll to selector. Magnet, rectangle, median, raycast are all good. Yeah. Yep. True. Thanks. Syropian TV. That's your Core Alpine plugin for scroll to. Yeah, that would be pretty interesting. If you break the site again, Jason has my permission to be in a cage match with you. Okay, listen, challenge accepted. He would certainly kick my ass, but challenge accepted. But my nails are getting pretty long. I could probably scratch them pretty good. True is the default. We're set on that. All right. Well, one more poll here about this feature, and then we can just implement it. We need to say, folks, should scroll to top be the default? Or not opt in. I don't know, whatever. Start the poll. Should scroll to top be default? What is your gut? Is it you don't add this? If you just have links, then it doesn't scroll to top. If you want links, you add this. Or if you want scroll to top pagination. Hey, Jason, I'm purposely not voicing my bias, which is the opposite of yours. So maybe it evens out that you vocalize yours and then I can vocalize mine. Mine is that I don't want to change the behavior that's existed in Livewire for years. And I feel like it shouldn't scroll to all the way up top. You know? You want it to scroll to the top of the container, right? If you, I didn't even read the part where you said switch to inertia. You son of a pig. Oh, how dare you even threaten? Blade directive surely is the easiest way for people to tie adjust from docs. Tim is really on this blade directives thing. I don't know about that. I'm not sure about it because it feels disconnected. Like, how do we connect it, you know? I don't know about that, I gotta say. Yeah, gotta say. I don't know. Thinking no. Sorry, Tim. Scroll block. Top, center, end, nearest. Problem with nearest is tricky because you don't know what it's nearest to, you know? Is it this div? How does it know? You know? There's no real way to know. With the paginator name. All right. Folks. Are we 50-50 on this? We're 20 votes in and we're 50-50. Should scroll to top be default? This is tricky. Ooh, somebody tipped the scales. Oh, and it's back. Put in your votes, folks. Listen, there's 34 people viewing and only 21 votes. So get your vote in. Maybe time for a Twitter poll. That's true. Let's do it. Let's do it. You're right. Let the people speak. Okay. Why can't it? Okay. I don't know. I don't get a cursor. In Livewire 3, should pagination scroll to top by default? Should pagination... I don't have a cursor. I don't know. Should pagination links scroll to top by default? Okay, Twitter poll. We're making this poll. Scroll to selector opt-in. Scroll to top by default. All right. Let's see. Kind of a half-assed post here, admittedly. But we're going to let the people decide. Okay? Going to let the people speak. And then we can start implementing it right now because we can change whether it's opt-in or not. But Jorge, scroll block would still require scroll to scope the element to use for. Yeah, scroll to something should be the default, and if nothing else is provided, it should be the top. What about wire scroll or something uses things as, yeah, we could. I hear you, Tim, but sometimes it's nice to just use a selector and be done with it. Scroll to view API is the best way forward. Just filling in the values needed would be pretty straightforward. Okay, well, let's build a little bit. Jorge, I think you're giving me implementation tips. Is that right? Okay, should it be the default? The majority of people did say yes, it should be the default. I imagine that'll be the same on Twitter, and I'm going to lose this, but that's fine. Okay, it's fine. I guess we need a way to opt out then. Welcome to the stream where we spend way too much time on APIs, but this is what I would have to do myself anyway. It's like, I guess this is what you would want, right? Is, I guess to keep it simple, scroll to false. So this would be what everybody wants, apparently. Would be like, oh, I guess I can't easily do that. Scroll top by default. Opt out. And then scroll to selector. Specify scroll target, right? Like that's kind of what we want. That's probably what we want. Raul, hello. Eric is about to break your Twitter poll. What's he doing? What did he do? Did he retweet it with some bias? To top by default. Oh. I guess I'm just managing my personal Twitter on the stream. Funny. So, all right. Oh. So, people have enough beef with Eric that they're just mad at him and choosing the opposite based on his recommendation. There's only 23 votes, though. That's not a lot of votes. It's not. Let's see. Have I ever used pagination in a context where I wouldn't want it to scroll to the top? Yeah, I would want it to scroll to the top of the table. Have I said that before? I'll say it again. But wait. Jason Beggs, you said that Stripe scrolls to top. Top of the page? Yes, Tim, you could do that. Or body, I think. Jason Beggs. Come in, Jason Beggs. Does a Stripe table, yep, top of the page like a full page realize, but it's not because there's a loading indicator over the table. Gotcha, okay. And it's not smooth scroll, right? It's like a snappy scroll. Is that what's happening with that? All right. Default with config option to disable. All right, well, let's just do that for now because we got a lot of people rooting for it. Okay. Exactly like a full page refresh. All right. Well, so let's implement it. Folks, we shall implement it. We shall. So scroll to is a variable that could come through. So let's do that. Inside of, I guess we'll work on their stub here or whatever, their published view, and then we will customize it in Livewire's thing itself. So I think we would need something like if not is set scroll to, then scroll to equals HTML or something like that. HTML or body, I don't know. I guess we should look at what Wire Navigate uses for scrolling to top. So navigate, scroll, no, page.js. Maybe not there. Let's find in folder. All right, sort position or scroll to top. Document body, scroll left, query selector all. Where's scroll to? Window.scroll to, top left, 0, behavior instant. That's how we scroll to the top. Otherwise, to scroll to, we say top left, behavior instant. So pretty straightforward. Yeah. All right. So let's do it. I guess that those are just the, so top left behavior instant. What happens if I'm on a page and I say document.query selector HTML, and then I say scroll left, gives me 0, and body gives me 0. Okay. So we can probably use HTML or body. I would love to hear from somebody if they have a preference. Okay. What font is Caleb using? Chat. Mona Lisa is what I'm using. Correct. Exactly. Other question. Should it pre-scroll while the request is being made, or wait until the DOM is updated? So Jason Begg says Stripe just changes the scroll and then the data loads. So that's going to be the easiest for sure. So I think we're just going to do that. Yeah, V2, it would not scroll. V2 doesn't scroll. Scroll to wouldn't let us use an element selector. Right, but we could get that element and then we could get the scroll left and scroll top from that element. Scroll behavior might also be needed. Right, like am I thinking wrong, Jorge, or should I use the implementation you recommended that scrolls to an element itself? Scroll behavior might also be needed because instant would not animate stuff. Yeah, we could just leave behavior off and then it'll defer to whatever CSS default you have. So that we should just do that. Just leave behavior off. Yeah, I don't think we can because we're in PHP, but I smell you. And this is where we fall into using element.scroll into view API, right? So you want scroll into view, right? Lars, who knows to be so difficult? I tell you, this is what everything is like this when you put care into it, you know. Even though scrolls default opt-in. So Adrian, are you suggesting to not do the default simply on the merit of it not being like a breaking change? So let's go to a site like this, scroll down a bunch, and then let's say, so what would it be like? Window.scroll into view? Or no, do you get the like document.query selector HTML scroll into view? All right, and then that scrolls that, yeah, to the top. All right. Yeah. Yeah, scroll into view is fine with me, as long as it's supported in all modern browsers, which I'm sure it is. Yep, fully supported, really simple. And then we can even say, yeah, wonder what the default, this is the default top. Yep, that's cool. Yeah. All right. I guess the results of this poll would kind of dictate how much, so still not a ton of votes. 60 is not a lot. Maybe just people don't care. I don't know. But let's keep crawling up this implementation. So, all right, now we have this nav. When you navigate via one of these buttons here, wire key, wire click, set page, we now want X on click. Yeah, just a regular old click listener. Yeah. Okay. On click, we want to scroll to top. So I guess right here is where we just do like, yeah. Document.query selector, and this is where we just inject the selector. I guess we kind of want this whole thing wrapped in an if statement, but here's where we get into trouble, Jason, remember, with the frickin' magic marker stuff. X on click. Let's do this. JSON scroll to. If it's false, then this is just going to be false. And it's not going to get past the ampersand. Let's do this. Scroll to. Yeah? Is this it? Let's take a look-see at Laravel News. Next tick, you say. All right, so let's just see if it works. Okay, it didn't work. Let's see if it added what I wanted it to add. It didn't, because it's on the previous one. Yeah, it's on the previous page link. So let's also add it to method exists paginator get cursor name. So we need it on cursor pagination. We need it on regular pagination previous, and then we need it on next page. Boom, boom. All right. Didn't work. I think I got an error here. Invalid or unexpected token. So it probably didn't serialize properly. Oh, at JSON. Is that not a blade directive? Thought it was. Oh, I didn't globally change that. All right. What are you mad about? Wow. Why is Blade not working? Compile.js and JSON are both directives. For some reason, these aren't being honored because it's a Blade component? No. should just work. What are we doing wrong? Is the parser not picking this up somehow? It should still work inside the blade component. Yeah, for sure. Oh, this is definitely weird. View cache. It's not the view cache because it... I don't know. Let's try that. What is wrong? All right. I'm going to try something. Do we not have the Livewire config? Or artisan. I don't know how to publish the config offhand. Oops. Okay. Now I just want to disable this one thing just to make sure it's not a feature of Livewire that's messing with the @ and it's not, but let's just double check by clearing the cache and refreshing the page, and it's still bad. So X button. Oh, thanks, Adrian. The man is right. It's not going to work inside of an attribute, I guess. I kind of think it should, but maybe not. So, okay, few options then. I think we can do like this and then stitch this together ourselves. But let's do this. Let's do... Oh, you know what? Let's just hard code it up here. We'll say... What do we want to say? If is set and... Let's do this. Is set scroll to and scroll to is not equal to false. All right. If it's set and not equal to false, then we want to do this. We can just kind of create this up here. Otherwise, we just want it to be no op, which we can start with an empty string. But let's try this. Right? Sorry that I don't know how to program. If is set scroll to, no, if it's not set, then we want scroll to equal body. Right? So now scroll to is definitely set, so we don't need the is set here. We could just say if scroll to is equal to false, do nothing. Otherwise, do something. It's kind of a trade-off there. Like, this feels weird, but is this weirder? Yeah, we'll do that, I guess. A lot of different ways to do this kind of thing. So now we need to assemble this snippet here. So let's just look at compile.js. Just does, so JS from, and then the snippet to HTML. Let's see what compile.json does. Yeah, JSON encodes it, which, maybe we do this. Yeah. And then in here, we do like Yeah. So document query selector, and then this we just want, because we know it's a string, sorta. So we know it's a string, so we don't even need the and anymore. So it's actually pretty straightforward. And even though this isn't syntax highlighted, it should work, you know? And then scroll into view. So, I don't know. Let's try that, right? And then all those places we were using it are now going to say, I guess we want to do this. Scroll into view. Scroll into view JS snippet here. And then here. And I think that double colon thing should work, but all right. Let's see, folks. Did we break everything? Whoops, I refreshed the wrong thing. How is the insert mode possible in VS Code within Mac? I tried some shortcut, but it's not working. Insert mode, I don't know exactly what you're talking about, but I have Vim enabled. Yeah, that's how I'm switching the cursor. Vim mode. Oh, nice. Okay, so all right, we didn't get any errors. Let's look at one of these buttons. And it worked, folks. So let's see if we hit next, scrolls to the top of the page. And let's say, all right, then previous, scrolls to the top of the page, which is great. That's exactly what we want. Now let's see if we can add a scroll container here, like even higher up. Like this. Let's see what that looks like. So, all right, so this is our scroll container. Maybe this is. So let's say section. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, let's say section is what we want, right? We can, oh, maybe we can't. Oh, yes, we can. Okay. Let me think about this. All right. Now I could add an ID to this and that would be fine. But what I want to do, I think this is actually going to be cooler. Check this out. So scroll to section. And now it might work just as is. What did I do wrong? Did something wrong. Am I in JavaScript? Oh, funny. So Adrian, I know I should give it an ID, but I want to try something. So let's scroll down. And let's make sure that this has section. Yep. Yeah, and it didn't work. It didn't work. Oh, why didn't that work? Oh, because it's a... Right. Okay, so this is what I wanted to do. This was my idea, Adrian. Is like, do this. Oh, but then we can't get the current element. Blast! Wait, yes we can. Okay. We would do L dot closest, and then scroll to. And if that yields nothing, then we just get the query selector, and then we scroll into view. Haha. So check this out. Undefined variable L. Does that fix it? Okay. Okay. Ready. Huzzah! So then it'll get the nearest one. Love it. X data parent, which might not be expected. Oh, Jason. Wait, no, it doesn't. Because we're hard coding in. We're hard coding in the X on click. We know we're in Alpine. We know we're in a component, right? Oh, because this isn't a component per se. Wait. This is going to be used inside a Livewire component, and a Livewire component is an Alpine component. So we're good. Yes, Jorge, totally worked. Thanks a lot for your contributions. Hey, Jorge, I don't know how to ask this publicly, but do you work with my friend? Are you that Jorge? Because that'd be crazy. Okay, so this is all good, but let's beef it up even one step further. Doobly doop. Like, should we have an error message or something? Ah, you're that Jorge. That's really cool that I never knew you were that Jorge. I know you from the internet, and I know you from talking to my buddy. And I did not know that you're that Jorge. Yes, you definitely know who I'm referring to. Because his name rhymes with bitch. Sorry about that, but it's true. Okay. Wait. Did I break it? Jorge, please tell him that next time you see him. Now, is it not working? Why is it not working? Yes, Jason, exactly. Friend of the show. Absolutely. Oh, okay. Is there a section? Oh, maybe each of those is a section or something. I don't know. Should scroll at the top. If I do $0 scroll into view, it goes to the top. If I click this button, it throws an error. Oh, duh, because of my doobly doo. So it's null. So a part of me wants to like execute like, is this even legal JavaScript? Yeah, it is. But I definitely feel weird putting this much crap inside of there. But maybe it's fine. Like, what should the behavior be? Should we, if you provide a selector that doesn't exist, should it just ignore it, or should we throw an error? Or just let it yell. Be like, hey, scroll into view doesn't work because you passed something that doesn't work. Like, we could just let it yell. We don't need to go that far, right? Am I right, folks? Jorge, I don't know if you left yet, but it's funny that, like, when I'm arguing with Mitch, like, there'll be times where I'm arguing on your behalf. He probably tells you this, but, like, you guys are the more, like, idiomatic Livewire developers than he is, or Laravel, whatever. and like he'll make decisions that you guys are arguing with, and then he'll like present it to me, and I'll be like, dude, like just use the, whatever. It's very funny. We have arguments that I bet, like the arguments you have at work, I think he rehashes with me sometimes, and it's very funny because I think oftentimes I'm on your side. So the takeaway is, but Jorge, you're probably even gone by now. I'm just talking into the wind. Yes. So error with full screen popover. Just use ? Scroll into view. Is that legal in browsers that don't support it? Because that would be great to just use that. Yeah, you're right. Just let it throw an exception, Tom. So would this fail silently on a browser that JavaScript ? Operator? I don't remember what it's called. Optional chaining. And let's see what supports optional chaining. Wow. I mean, everything pretty much supports it, huh? Yeah. I guess like in Alpine's core, I don't use it at all. I compile it out because it, like isn't the most evergreen syntax. But screw IE11. Yeah, this is fine. What happens if I use optional chaining in JavaScript in an older browser? It's just going to break, right? Yeah, it's just going to cause the whole thing. The code will not work. It's just going to break. So is it worth like breaking an entire page? Or you know what? It doesn't matter. I think it's not going to get evaluated until you click the button maybe. Let's just look at Alpine quick. Let me pull this over here. X on. Yeah, I guess I do compile that expression into a JavaScript function right away. So it is going to throw an error right away. Extract the variable. Whatever. I'm just going to let it fail. It's fine. So this is our feature, folks. We did it. We added it. It just needs to be added to regular Tailwind. And do we add it to Bootstrap? Like, we probably should, right? Well, so this is the fix for Jason Beggs. So I'm just going to say fix pagination scroll to top. And I'm going to only commit this file. And Jason is fine with that, I assume? Yes, Jason Beggs? I am going to commit it. And then I'm going to push it. I don't even know if I have push. Hopefully I didn't just ruin something. But yeah, okay. So I guess the next step, we're going to do it. If you guys want to, we're here. It's 11:45. Let's take this feature to the finish line because I'm sick of half finishing features on stream and then never wanting to go back and finish them. Yeah, good call, Tom. That's what I'm doing. All right, let's bring this feature home. We'll open up. We're going to do this the right way. This is how we do features, folks. I don't know why I have so much stuff here. Get pull, and then get checkout, new branch, and we're going to call this add pagination scroll to top. Okay. And that's our new feature branch. And let's start with a test. What's the Twitter poll like? People want default. People want it. Okay. All right, so we're in our new branch, and let's add our test. So support pagination browser test, and then let's see. I don't even know what. I don't know. I need like the simplest pagination scenario. So let's maybe just test Tailwind Maybe that doesn't seem simple. Test cursor bootstrap. Test can have two. This seems like a simpler test. No? I don't know. All right. Well, it loads pagination on nested. I don't know. We'll just add this at the bottom, and we're going to make ourselves a dusk test because this is how you do it right. Test pagination links, scroll to top. By default. Okay. Jason Beggs, that's beautiful. Warms my heart. That's great. Yeah, Lars, it is crazy how close that is. Jason, you can hit me with that other problem if you want here so we don't forget about it. But okay, test pagination link, scroll to top by default. We have with pagination, we render some stuff. We need to make sure we render enough stuff that we're like scrolled down. So maybe we'll just, I guess let's just do this. Let's just add a div with style. Let's add a div with a non-breaking space and with a style of height, min height, 100 vertical or whatever, viewport height or whatever. Okay. So that's what we're going to do. And then so links should be scrolled down past these. We paginate posts. I guess we want as many as we can get. And then let's do this. First, let's just tinker this and run this dusk test. Come on. Okay. So if I hit next, nothing's going to happen. Something did happen, but I don't think it's whatever. Okay. Let's update simple tailwind blade. Yep. And we'll update it with this new stuff. Put this at the top. Okay, and then we got to add that Exxon click to everything. Did I break something? Or is it, for some reason, it's not picking up that count? Remove wire key once mutation observer has been fixed to detect parameter change. I don't know. I'm never going to do that, so I'm removing that to do. It's fine. Okay, so scroll into view snippet, and then... Can we do this? Is that legal? Because that looks a lot nicer. Maybe it doesn't. Okay. And now we add our Exxon click. Yoink. Right there. We're going to add that to all of these buttons. Previous page link. These should all be on the same line, or not on the same line, and that's probably why Jason already did that. I don't really want to have to do this. Where's wire click? Right there. This should go right next to wire click. What happens if I just hit format? Whoops. Format snippet. Should like selection. How do I just format the selection, you know? Should be a way to do that. No formatter for blade. Well, I don't want to like go through all of that. So I'm backing out. And I'm just going to add it after wire click. Okay. All right. So it's on the first page. That's the disabled one, right? That top one. And then next page link has more pages and that's it, otherwise disabled. So we're almost there. We'll just do wire click, wire click. I'll do the other ones in a minute. This doesn't have to stop us from making the test. Okay. So that's all there in simple Tailwind. Let's see. We probably have to, I don't know. It's possible that this just works. No. Let's kill the dusk test and restart the dusk test. All right, Jason Beggs. Thanks for hanging. Got a deadline now. Woohoo! I didn't know if that was public knowledge. Just fixed and replaced by 4 common errors. I just fixed that by replacing the default 4 and common errors with custom views, though. Okay. There's kind of a weird thing where if you hit an exception and get a regular Laravel error page, then hit the back button, some of the nav and styling disappears. Yes, I know about that. I fixed that for you. And then I had to revert it because it caused problems for other people for some other reason. So I do need to fix that. Okay. So let's see if I hit next. I wanted to take me to the top of the page, but it didn't. Because it's not loading that Exxon click that I added. But because it's not the simple paginator. Duh. All right. Or whatever. Yeah, simple paginator. So let's do regular Tailwind. Put this at the top. And then we're going to add that snippet. To everything in Tailwind. So everywhere we have wire click, I guess we can just do this, right? Wire click, wire click, wire click, wire click. We want the go-to pages, next page, previous page. Okay. Then we will paste them all in right there and see if we're off to the races. Okay, and it is there now. Oh, but it didn't render. It just rendered a $sign. Because why? Oh, because this is actually a literal thing now. So let's change that. Okay, all the instances of Exxon click, we're just making them pure Exxon click. And then this is where we would just do JS. And fingers crossed. Okay. X on click. That's not it. I guess we already kind of formatted everything, so we can just straight up echo it. And then let's try that. X on click. Yeah, so that's more like it. Let's try it. All right. Worked. Okay. Then we have to update simple Tailwind. Be the same. And then here we just do this. All right. Oops. Make sure it works. Boom, it works. Okay, let's finish our test. So I guess what we want to do is, do we use scroll? Let's do this tests. I don't know. Whatever. Scroll 2. So scroll to body. What are we scrolling to? We scroll to the bottom, I guess. Is that legal? Is this a magic thing that just exists? Probably not. Scroll to hashtag bottom. ID bottom. All right, then let's do the support pagination. Inside this view, I guess let's just have a div called bottom. Okay, so hashtag bottom. So we say scroll to bottom. So we're going to scroll to the bottom. And then let's see what we do. I'm looking at the polling tests because those have all the good stuff. So we're like I guess we're detecting that we're at the top by asserting that we see something on the page. Maybe. Let's just look at polling. Oh, no, okay. Well, all right. So we're going to scroll to the bottom, and then we're going to hit next page. I don't know what dot before is. Do we have? Like, what's next page dot before? Oh. I don't know. Whatever. It's fine. Okay. So, we're going to hit next page. And then we just want to make sure we're scrolled. Like, is there some sort of assert scroll? No. Ugh. Then I guess assert C in viewport? In viewport. Assert in viewport. So that's a Dusk browser macro that I have. Gotcha. I made this so I can use it. Assert not in viewport and assert, I guess I added scroll to as well. Assert not in viewport, assert in viewport. So let's do that. We're going to say assert not in viewport. Let's add something to the top of the page. So we're going to say div top. Whoops. I guess it could be a Dusk selector. It doesn't matter. Top bottom. So assert not in viewport top. Wait for Livewire. Click the next page. Assert in viewport top. That's kind of what we're looking to do. I'm fine with that. That's a passing test to me. Or a good enough test. We'll see if it passes. All right. Kill that Dusk test. Rerun it. And okay, it worked. And then let's just verify that it doesn't work if we change this snippet to literally just be something like this. And then make sure that it fails. And it does. All right, so we have a passing Dusk test, which I'm happy with. And then we've added it to two of them, the simple tailwind and the tailwind. We should probably add it to Bootstrap as well, even though it feels like nobody uses Bootstrap. But it does seem like the thorough thing to do, right? Like wire, click, yeah. So I don't know. Let's do it. We're going to add it to Bootstrap, and we can do it faster now. So Bootstrap and simple Bootstrap. And then let's grab the X on snippet here. So X on click. X on click, scroll into view snippet. So then we can just find every wire click. Whoops. Wire click on the page. Highlight them all and paste in that snippet. And then we'll do that in the other page, and then we'll be good. Simple Bootstrap. Wire click. Wonder why that's okay. Okay, highlight all these bad boys. Paste it in. Remove the extra space. Make sure I didn't add that extra space here. I didn't. Okay, so Bootstrap, simple Tailwind, and Tailwind all have this. Hopefully I'm not introducing a breaking change because I haven't actually tested all of these different ones manually, which I suppose we should do. That'll be our final step. We're pretty much to the finish line there. Let's just make sure that our browser test works. And it should. Yep, and it does. And now we just need to add some documentation. This is a full feature. This is how how I do it is you do the test, you do the code, and then you do the docs, and it's nice to have it all bundled in one PR. So basic usage, resetting the page. I don't know where to put this, but I guess we could put it at the top here because it'd be a pretty common need. Scrolling to let's say customizing scroll behavior. By default, Livewire's paginator scrolls to the top of the page after every navigation, after every page change. If this you can disable this behavior by passing false to the scroll to parameter of the links method, like so. All right, so just going to paste this in here, post links, scroll to false, and then that's alternatively you can customize. You can alternatively you can provide a custom element. Alternatively, you can provide a custom CSS selector. You can provide it to scroll to the scroll to parameter, and Livewire will find the nearest element matching that selector and scroll to it after each navigation. And then just put that right there. Scroll to something like that. Okay. What's a custom CSS selector? I like it. Okay. That feels good to me. Make these blade. And now, oops, I guess I can pull it up and make sure that the docs are fine for that. Pagination. Where's pagination? There's pagination. Torchlight. Customizing scroll behavior. Okay. Okay. Good enough for me. We have completed the feature. Final step that I just want to do, because I'm not going to feel good about this unless I do this, is customizing. How do we customize? Where's Bootstrap? Pagination theme. Custom pagination views, I guess. Livewire, look for a view at resources, views, custom pagination links. Yeah. I don't know. Is there an easy way to test this? Let's do it with the Laravel News app. So let's make sure that this works. Cannot read properties of null. Oh, because I left that. We made it like doobly doo or something. So let's just remove this entirely. Make sure that Laravel news works. Okay, that works. But we need to do one thing with Laravel news inside links. I don't know. I'll test this on my own. So let's say add scroll to top behavior for pagination links. Oops. Okay. And then legit publish this branch. Go to Livewire's thing. We're going to actually have completed a feature, which feels good. People still use Bootstrap. I know. Just drop the Bootstrap files. Funny. Behavior as the new default, and also provides an API to opt out or custom or pass a, I was about to say custom CSS selector again. I don't know why Stream Deck is doing that to me. In this PR for reference. Okay. I don't know why it made me draft it first. Is it draft by default now or something? How dare it think that this is a draft? This is ready to rumble. All right. Great. Well, it's not tagged, so ready for review? What the heck? Reviewers? There's no reviewers. Did I miss something? Does it just have to... Very weird. I guess things are draft by default now or something. All right. Feature added. We did it, folks. We did it. A soup to nuts feature. Let's see. People still kind of sort of want scroll by default to the top, so taking it. All right. Okay. Folks, that's it. We did the stream. We published a feature. Really happy with it. We hung out, had a great time. Love the Friday streams. We'll be doing it again next Friday as long as I'm around. Yeah, thanks for chilling, and we'll see you again soon. All right. Keep on keeping on. Tony, hey. Later. All right. See you, everybody. See you, Adrian. Thanks for hanging. Thanks for the good tips. Good input from everybody, as always. Lovely. Adding features and taking names. All right. All right. Let me end this stream.